Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive in, I want to give a quick content warning. This video contains discussion of substance use, addiction recovery, and comparisons between supplements and illegal drugs. If you're in recovery or you're sensitive to that type of content, please feel free to skip this one or take care of yourself however you need. Your well-being obviously comes first. It's important to me. Okay, that being said, today's video, in my opinion, is a masterclass in red flags, dangerous health claims, secretive supplements, and what appears to be, again, in my opinion, a fake influencer empire built on fear, euphoria, and little red and black capsules. This is a real-time reaction to Kimberly's pitch for something called Slym Fit, not spelled how slim is typically spelled. It's spelled with a Y. Why do they do that? Anyways, trust me, it's probably worse than you think, and we're going to talk about it. Let's see what Kimberly has to say.
Up, guys, it is me, Kimma, and I have to talk to you about what has happened in my life in this past month. Lots of craziness, right? I know if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know that I suffered with chronic insomnia. It almost took me out, guys. It literally almost.
So she's going to start this with trauma dumping, setting that emotional hook into her audience, or attempting to. And before we dive in too far, let me just say this. According to modash.io, I think that's how you say that website, over 67% of her followers are fake. She has 119,000 followers on Instagram, I believe. And I find that really interesting. Her likes are suspiciously uniform, typically getting 600 to 700 likes every time she posts a picture or whatever, every time she posts, we'll just say it that way. And the comment section is basically a ghost town. So if you're wondering why this seems off, it's because it is, in my opinion. And those are some telltale signs of somebody buying followers. They have a large following. They don't get very much engagement. I think her engagement rate is like 0.58. They get the same amount of likes consistently on everything that they put up, which is not how social media works. So if you're following an influencer, pay attention to these things. That's why I'm telling you all of this. Okay, let's see what she says about chronic insomnia.
Took me out. What I learned about chronic insomnia, this bout, I've had it for years, but this one was far more than any that I've ever had in my life. I found out that when you have chronic insomnia, like I did, months and months and months of very little sleep, your brain actually turns on itself and it eats itself.
Okay. I'm going to stop you right there. What she is doing here, in my opinion, is fear-based marketing 101. She's framing the supplement that she's about to talk about as something that is life-saving to maximize that emotional manipulation. She's targeting people who are desperate for sleep, possibly on GLP-1 medications, and setting them up to believe that this pill is the only alternative. And that's just not the case.
And I really, truly believe that's what was happening with me. I had a very hard time comprehending anything, talking to anybody, making any new content. Thank God I had tons of drafts that I have thousands of drafts. I was able to like push that content out. I didn't make any fresh content. My posts were really, really, really struggling. I made it through though, guys. I made it through. I did get put on some medication, really, really super strong sleep medication, but I had to make a choice with this medication because it completely cancels out the GLP-1 shot. And I was like, well, of all things for it to like counteract with is the best thing I feel like has ever happened to me with the injection, right? But literally, guys, like I said, I felt like I was like, it was either that or I was going to die. And insomnia can kill you. Anyways, I have too much to live for, guys, too much to live for. So I started on the medication. I quit the injection, and it was really hard on me because the food noise came back. I was hungry. I had cravings, and it was like, but I was sleeping. And I was like, okay, I feel good because I'm sleeping. I got my first like 7-hour night sleep in a long, long time. But I was just feeling, I just felt so back to where I was with my food noise and everything. Right around that same time, my dear friend Alicia, I'm going to add her into this group. She put this red and black pill up.
And there it is, everybody. From trauma to transformation, thanks to a friend with a miracle supplement that's a capsule that's red and black. It's the setup for every single predatory pitch that we have seen here on my channel before. Come on. You can't be serious.
On her post. And I was like, oh, what is that? It's such an eye catcher, right? And she started to talk to me about it. And she goes, do you want to test it? And I was like, I would love to test it. But here's the thing, guys. I am so done with supplements. I'm so done of like the hype saying that it works, the placebo effect, and then being made like gaslit when it doesn't work, or if you question the ingredients, or, did something change in or whatever.
You're done with supplements, but you're holding a supplement in your hand that you're attempting to pitch through trauma dumping and fear mongering to your audience? Kimberly, Kimma, as she refers to herself, that makes no sense.
I didn't have high hopes, but because she was my friend and because I trusted her, I tried it. And baby, the things that have happened in this last month is wild, mind blowing, just because of this pill, just because of this supplement. So I chat GPT'd it the other day because I said, his name's Jasper. I was like, Jasper, what is with this supplement? I sent him the front, the back, and the side of this bottle. And I said, can you tell me what is it that's making me feel so amazing? And not only am I feeling amazing, but Jay is feeling amazing. Jay never gets excited about my supplements because he's already thin. He doesn't need to lose weight. He struggles with energy and focus and all that, but everything he's tried, nothing's really made a difference in him. He helps me with my business, but he's never been crazy about any of the supplements. He liked the BioCell, but that was about it. He started to feel...
It's ironic to hear her talk about Modaire's liquid BioCell, or what used to be Modaire's liquid BioCell, considering she used to send me Modaire information in my DMs. Weird.
Feel good. He started to feel motivated and energized and focused. And then we went to my daughter's. I'll try to make this short. We went to my daughter's for a vacation where we had all these things scheduled to do. We had to secure our land, buy our fifth wheel, get the fifth wheel inspected, go back to the bank, go back to the land, get it put on, get it moved on, get it secured, all this stuff. We had tulip garden tours. We had horseback riding. We had bicycle riding. We had videos to make for that with a brand deal that I'm doing. We had just playtime with the girls, and we got
a brand deal, huh? They didn't find you from your Instagram. I could pretty much guarantee that, in my opinion. Let me say, in my opinion.
The flu or COVID. We're not sure what it was. We were so sick. And at the first day we had it, we didn't take anything. We were just trying to eat because we were so sick. Second day, I was like, let's try this supplement, babe. Within minutes, guys, Jay and I felt better. And it was we didn't feel 100%. We didn't even feel probably 50%, but we felt better. We felt it good enough to get up, get dressed, and go do all those things we needed to do. We accomplished all of it. And I'm telling you, it was because of this. Then our trip home was a long shuttle ride, hours long, a ferry ride, another shuttle ride, a 6-hour plane ride, another layover in Chicago, then another. And by the time we got home, it was 13, 14 hours of travel. We would have never been able to do that being as sick as we were without this.
Okay, that's a lot to unpack. First of all, she claims that they had the flu or they had COVID. There are tests that you can order through, Uber or Instacart or something like that to find out if you actually do have the flu or if you do have COVID. But then she tells us how she takes this magical red and black pill, and then she goes about her business and travels all over while infecting everybody else with whatever her and her husband had without taking the test. This is irresponsible. Think of the people that she infected with whatever that was along the way, and she's missing the point entirely by saying, oh, this little black pill, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes, helped us to feel about 50% better so we could go all over the place and do the brand deals and do this and do that in the tulip gardens and 14 hours worth of travel, all while infecting other people. These people are selfish. People like this are selfish, and it's disgusting.
So I just come home and I started digging into this, and I asked ChatGPT, what is it that I am feeling that makes me feel so phenomenal? And what he came back with was amazing. And he basically said, I'll put it in the comments. I'll put his stuff in the comments. But what he said is there's an ingredient here called PEA, and I can't pronounce it. It's pheno something, blah, 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 but it's the short is PEA. And it's the same thing that's found in chocolate. And it's that feel good, the thing that releases dopamine and gives you that sense of well-being and a little bit of euphoria. And if you know my story, you know that I was a drug addict.
Okay, I'm going to stop her right there because we're going to get into some heavy stuff here. But I want to break down exactly what Slym Fit claims is in this product. So according to the label, it's a 500 milligram proprietary blend. I know you guys are just as shocked as I am, or was, to hear that, right? This means that there is no transparency, but the ingredients do include caffeine, PEA, or phenylethylamine, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yohimbe, also not sure if I'm saying that right. Green tea extract, kola nut. So what we're seeing here through some quick research is that these are multiple stimulants stacked into a mystery dosage. And let's be clear, yohimbe, if I'm saying that correctly, has been banned or restricted in several countries due to serious cardiovascular risk. This isn't a wellness product, in my opinion. It's a red flag cocktail. My God. Then she was talking about, I already addressed that, but the having the flu or COVID, I just feel like that is so foul. You cannot claim that an MLM product or a supplement in general treats, cures, or mitigates disease. Not only is it unethical, this is a direct violation of the FDA and the FTC regulations. Guys, if this sounds like snake oil, or if you're coming across content and it sounds like snake oil, it probably is. And her asking ChatGPT to do some research, which, listen, there is a time and a place for AI. I think it can do some amazing things, but she's outsourcing product research to a chatbot named Jasper, y'all. Again, I'm a fan of AI and using it responsibly, but ChatGPT is not a pharmacist. Citing it as a source for drug-like claims is not responsible. It's laughable. It's embarrassing. Oh, God. And then the chocolate. She's referring to PEA, which does occur in chocolate, but in such tiny amounts, it's irrelevant. Here, it's mixed with yohimbe, again, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, multiple caffeine sources, which can spike blood pressure, cause anxiety, and could lead potentially to hospitalization. But she's spinning this as if it's a non-addictive euphoria. That is deeply dangerous. Let's hear what she has to say about being an addict. This is the part where she, in my opinion, is starting to attempt to prey on people that are in recovery. So please take care of yourselves as you watch this. It's really bad.
You know that I just, gosh, I have tried like the strongest Peruvian flake caine, right? So like nothing ever like made me feel good because I feel like I ruined my body with all the drugs I pumped into it. J too. But this is non-addictive. It is safe and effective. It's natural. All the coloring is from fruit. But that PEA mixed with all the other ingredients does something magical.
Now she's comparing Slym Fit to cocaine. Wow. I'm actually a little bit speechless, and I have watched this before, but every time I get to this part, I cannot believe she's saying this with her entire chest on the internet. For anybody in recovery, this kind of pitch isn't just irresponsible, it is absolutely predatory. Disgusting. Kimberly, you should be ashamed of yourself.
To your brain, it makes your brain shoot on all levels. It crosses the brain-blood barrier immediately, so this is an instant impact. It's none of this, guys. I've had companies recently send me stuff, patches.
Okay, I'm gonna pause her there. Let's do some critical thinking. I obviously am not a medical expert. I am not an expert on the body and the process of digestion. Some of you are way smarter than I am and have the credentials to be able to answer this question. So I'm gonna ask this. If you are taking a capsule and you are ingesting it, introducing it to the saliva, having something to drink, you already know. And then it's going into, down the esophagus and through the stomach and all of that stuff. Okay. I have a hard time believing that it's an instant breakdown of that product and that it instantly passes the blood-brain barrier. I think that's a bunch of garbage. That's my theory. Many of you are way smarter than I am and again have the credentials to answer that. But I don't think that that's how that works. I'm not really sure. So let me know in the comments if you guys know that. I feel like she's just stringing together pharma buzzwords now because there is zero clinical evidence that any of these ingredients cross the blood-brain barrier instantly or that they shoot your brain on all levels. What does that even mean? This is pure pseudoscience.
Drinks, all this stuff, but they say it takes about 30 days to work, or it takes 90 days to work, or one thing even told me I had to take it for 6 months. Wear the patch for 6 months.
This is a person that if she is looking for weight loss, in my opinion, just listening to her language, she wants instant results. And I think that's why she has joined and left so many MLM companies over time and has told me about it in her inbox. and then puts this up like, I have to say something about this. Like, this is so bad. But I think that's maybe why some of this is happening. I stand therapy. I think it's a powerful tool for so many people, whether we're talking about your relationship with food, your body image, any of those things. I think it's really, really important, especially with trauma, to see a therapist.
I'm like, who can do that? Who can take all that time? This is literally instant.
Who can take all that time? People that want results that are going to stick. People that want to actually make lifestyle changes. People that want to be healthy in the way that they determine that to be with their medical team, not somebody in an MLM on the internet in a sparkly hat with great lighting that's trying to sell you a red and black pill and saying it's instant. This is going to fix all your problems. No, it's not.
It gives you instant feel goods, instant energy, instant focus. You're not hungry. You're not thinking about food. And guys, it even helps with lean muscle.
What?
It is
Please tell me which of the ingredients help with lean muscle. This is so ridiculous.
Wild. So since I've been talking about this, my inbox has melted down. I've always had 2 phones in the last year, but I've never.
What is melded down? Melted? Is that what I don't know if that's what she means. The 2 phone thing. That's okay. The comment section is quiet and the engagement is weird. How do I know? Because I looked at her social media. And again, I've already mentioned this, but Modash.io estimates 67% of her followers are fake. If her inbox is blowing up, it's probably just her second burner phone talking to her first phone. It's actually really embarrassing.
Really had to use this one. Baby, I've had to use both phones for the last 2 days since this went live. This went live 2 days ago. It is wild. People are like, take my money. Like when they hear what this is, they can just see that what I'm saying and what Jay is saying is true. Jay wrote his own post, like without even me asking him. He wrote this beautiful post about this, took an amazing photo with it. He is fired up. We feel like we found an amazing thing. So what I'm here to tell you is we have some samples of this I'm mailing out. I don't have many, but if you really want one and you can't afford to get a bottle, because guess what? Here's the other beautiful thing. This is only $50 for 60 of these. Sometimes I only need 1 a day. Like if I don't have a real crazy day, I can just take 1. So that means like if you just take 1 a day,
We're just taking 1, and according to the ingredients, it looks like there are 4 different types of stimulants. You shouldn't take this, in my opinion, ever, at all.
$25 a month. What? Like, say what? I would pay $300, $400 with this.
Yeah, we know. Unfortunately.
I'd probably pay $5. It's that good. Okay. So I have some samples, and if you really can't afford to get a bottle, you can request a sample. Okay. And if you get in, it's going to be crazy. I'm sure my inbox is going to go wild. And you really need one, and you cannot.
Hold on a second, because just a few minutes ago, not even a few minutes ago, you said that your inbox has been wild in the last 2 days or so. You have had to use 2 phones, but now you're saying my inbox is about to go wild. Now, Kimberly, which is it? Because both can't be true.
Not afford to get a bottle and you're just in a bad situation, let me know. I'll try to get you out a sample. But here's the thing, even with a sample, you're going to be mad when they're gone. You're going to need a bottle. Okay. If you can afford to get this, don't get a sample. If you have to get a sample, like just because you like are so dead broke, then request a sample. But guys, seriously, if you can afford $50, get in my inbox.
You are so desperate for commission. Oh my God.
I'll shoot you the link. I have a chat going wild of all the people that are on it, getting it. Not a lot of people have any testimonials yet because it just went live 2 days ago. The only people
I am terrified that people are taking this from the research that I've done on these ingredients and it being a proprietary blend. I am absolutely terrified for people.
People that have testimonials are the ones I've sent samples out to, and the one the company has sent samples out to. If you're an influencer, let me know. I can try to get you an influencer pack sent out to you.
And there it is. There it is. This isn't about sharing a supplement. It's about recruitment. You can smell the MLM funnel from a mile away. Influencer packs are just onboarding kits for the next tier of sales, in my opinion. Now, this is not obviously a compensation plan video, but I will be looking at it. This is kind of a first look because these stories were so atrocious that I could not ignore them. So let's see what else she has to say about those influencer packs.
The company likes to do that. Guys, don't miss this, especially if you need those things. You need food noise to be taken away, cravings, you need energy, you need focus, you need that sense of well-being. Who doesn't need a sense of well-being right now?
Everybody does, but there are many ways to get it that are not supporting an unethical business model and taking a product that, in my opinion, seems to be dangerous for many people. Work with a medical professional. Go to your doctor, have some blood work done, speak with your therapist. There are so many ways that you can work on your wellness. It's not just about taking some little magic pill that has 4 different types of stimulants in it. That's absurd to me.
Now with everything going on in the world. It literally gives you a little bit of an euphoric feeling of just everything is really good. And I love it. So I want to get it into your hands. I wanted to get it into your belly. So just let me know if you want sample, drop sample. And if you don't, and you just want to buy it, just ask for the link, drop link, and I'll give it to you. And I'll drop some of that stuff in the comments that I was talking about. But guys, Slym Fit, it's going to be wild. It's going to be viral. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be like, I was on that when that first came out. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, goodbye, Kimberly. That was a lot. Now you guys see why we had to talk about it, right? That was so bad. Here's the bottom line, you guys. Slym Fit is a proprietary stimulant stack with multiple hidden caffeine sources. It's being sold with unsubstantiated medical claims, as we saw here from Kimberly, including treating viral illnesses. That's wild. The influencer promoting it, Kimberly, I don't even want to call her an influencer because an influencer would have analytics that back that up. I feel like that's just my opinion. She's comparing it to cocaine and markets it to vulnerable people and appears to be buying likes and followers to fake credibility, again, in my opinion. And it's wrapped up in a pitch to bring in new influencers, aka a likely multi-level marketing funnel. Before you believe your favorite influencer just because they have a big following, dig a little bit deeper. Why did I just hear the song Dig a Little Deeper from Princess and the Frog? Do y'all like that movie? If you do and you got this far, drop me a frog in the comments. Nobody will know what it's about. If someone appears to be buying engagement, ask yourself why that might be. If they're pushing secret pills for $50 and trauma dumping to sell them, that's not wellness. That's a warning sign. It's a major red flag. All of this, in my opinion, points to yet another unethical influencer trying to fund her lifestyle off of fear, false hope, and formulas you, in my opinion, should never trust. She does not have the answers. She is not qualified to be giving you any medical advice, any health advice, and this kind of promotion is dangerous. Please, guys, protect your peace, protect your wallet, and always ask questions. Why are they doing this? What are their intentions? Are they qualified to do it? More than likely, they're not going to be. Thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for watching all the way through if you made it this far. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.